Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efene. Great Malabite.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Ayo.
Good morning.
Yes, we start the review with this day Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story: 7 African presidents joined Buhari to open Dangote refineries. Continent's game changer. 650,000 barrels per day facility to alter international energy landscape. End petrol smuggling in Nigeria. Tinubu, Emefiele, governors, ministers, top business leaders to witness epochal event. Refinery, a significant achievement for Africa, Adeleke declares. Orama, Afrexim proud as its largest financier. Rewane, that's Bismarck Rewane. Refinery will strengthen Nigeria's macroeconomic stability. Yes, today is the day. The 650 million barrels per day capacity refinery of course, the Aliko Dangote, the Dangote refinery will be commissioned today. And of course, there's celebration, not only at the level of the presidency, that this is happening under the watch of President Muhammadu Buhari. The fact that, yes, this has been described as a game changer, but experts are saying, well, it may not be able to cure all the petrol headaches of Nigeria, but definitely it will ameliorate the situation. And if the 4 refineries, we shouldn't forget that we have 4 refineries that are somewhere around the country: Warri, Port Harcourt, and Kaduna. If these 4 refineries can come on stream, full blast, in addition to the Dangote refinery, then there should be some actual amelioration of the situation. Yes, only last week, the group chief executive officer of the NNPCL, Mele Kyari, gave an update. He said, well, one of the refineries will come on stream in 2024, and another will follow very shortly. So, which means work is on. If the NNPCL is to really live up to its new billing, then those refineries have to work for it to be taken seriously. Now, the presidents that are coming, of course, not just coming to cheer President Muhammadu Buhari on his way out of office, but it's also what looks like economic diplomacy, because when it comes to cement, you know how many countries Dangote cement are producing right now. I'm sure many of these countries wouldn't mind Aliko Dangote coming to set up a refinery in their countries also. So it's an opportunity to also touch base with not just the Africa's richest man, the Dangote brand, a global brand, and a major investor in many countries in Africa. Now, other newspapers are also reporting this story. The Guardian newspaper, high expectation as Dangote breaks NNPC's monopoly, shrinks EU supply to Africa. Yes, 80% of Africa's petroleum needs being imported from outside Africa right now. Dangote refinery will also be exporting, and I think that is the real game changer, because for all this while, we just export crude without adding value. But with Dangote refinery meeting local demand and exporting, that will be bringing in much needed foreign exchange into the Nigerian economy. And a model we should have started a long time ago, refining our products instead of just exporting crude to other countries. Because, of course, not only petroleum, not only PMS, there will be kerosene, there will be aviation fuel, and of course, other byproducts of the refining process of crude. Now, the Punch newspaper, the Dangote refinery opens today, eyes crude oil from 3 continents. Buhari, Tinubu, African leaders, others to attend launching. Of course, you see the photograph of Aliko Dangote, boyish as ever, and his friend Femi Otedola yesterday, the refinery site. Of course, Femi Otedola, who calls Aliko Dangote my brother, and Aliko calling him my younger brother. Yesterday, Femi has been celebrating online this refinery. Yes, when your brother hits the bullseye, you are also happy. Daily Trust newspaper. 6 top sectors are waiting Tinubu's magic wand. Experts advocate new security architecture think tank. Power grid crashes, dog energy sector. 77 trillion naira debt amid rising inflation. Yes, the challenges that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will face from day one. Of course, the Business Day newspaper also talking about challenges. World's toughest job awaits Tinubu. 14 charts show task ahead. So, well, we expect Bola Ahmed Tinubu to hit the ground running. But we must also remember, it's not the Bola Ahmed Tinubu of 20 years ago who was sharp and agile. Today's Bola Ahmed Tinubu is no longer a spring chicken. But we don't expect to see a Baba go slow, because we want to believe it's up to it there in his head, and of course, he's an advocate of teamship. So he will put together the right team to do the job. Now, the Abuja Inquirer, taking us away from the refinery stories. Abuja Inquirer, countdown to inauguration in Abuja. Massive security deployment, hotels fully booked. Anglican Church set agenda for Tinubu. Yes, Abuja wearing a new look. Security agencies taking positions, ensuring security. Of course, on a day like that, so many heads of state will come into the country to witness the transition to a new government. Now, the Daily Sun newspaper, latest Plateau attack. Church alleges killing of 130, razing of 1,000 houses. 20 worship centers, also 22 villages burnt. One of the signposts, insecurity signposts, that will dog the way of President Muhammadu Buhari on his journey to Daura after May 29. Yes, that is also one of the challenges Bola Ahmed Tinubu will deal with. Insecurity in the country, widespread killings, bloodletting, and of course, raising of communities. How he will handle that remains to be seen. But he knows that is one of the biggest challenges facing the nation now. Security, how to secure lives and property. One foreign newspaper, quickly, the Times of London, NHS app to let patients book private health care. Choice of treatment aims to cut waiting lists. Of course, private diagnostic centers will be part of the options open to patients in the UK with the new NHS app. Ruben, Rufai, and Ayo.
I'd like to talk about these killings, wanton killing that inundated most parts of the country. Plateau, latest killings. Church alleges 130 killed, raising of 1,000 buildings, 22 worship centers also, 22 villages burnt, and no solution. We've not heard anything as regards reaction to this. This is enough for the president of the country to come out himself to speak to Nigerians. It shows that everything that has been done to stem the tide of insecurity has failed largely. Benue is the same. In fact, if you check page 38 today of Daily Trust, a full page. Bandits kill 15 farmers in Kaduna, Benue, kill 2 vigilantes. Many fear dead in Kutap Hausa clash in Taraba. Hoodlums rape 80-year-old woman to death in Ondo. We have lost over 100 headers, 200 people missing, Macban. Reprisal on attacks, Nigeria is on fire. Nothing is being done as regard. If you go to the front page this morning, you will see a very damning story here in the Daily Trust. Also talking about attacks somewhere in Oyo. It's just been blood everywhere. How vigilantes killed 11 headers, women and children in Oyo. What is going on? And nobody's saying anything about it.
Very quickly.
Mr. Femi Adesina said the other day that insecurity will end before President Muhammadu Buhari leaves office. It has continued unabatedly. The work of the president-elect is cut out for him. Dr. Abbas, sorry.
Very quickly before we go, Ifeni, do we have a ministerial code in Nigeria? Because, you know, there is, in many papers today in the UK, this story that Suella Braverman, that the Prime Minister is under pressure to, seek the advice of the ethics advisor, because Suella Braverman was said to have broken speed limits. When she was Attorney General. And that is a big issue. And that people working in our office tried to help her cover up. But here in Nigeria, I looked at it, I said, well, in Nigeria, this would never have happened. In the first place, a minister will not go behind the wheels to start with. He or she will have a retinue of drivers and security details.
And his convoy will just be speeding the way they like, whether over speeding or not.
We have questions being raised about a minister, a senior government official breaking, the driving limits, speeding limits. So, well, I hope Nigeria will get there someday, where there will be no big man syndrome. What the British have reminded us again is that nobody is above the law.
Yes. Just very quickly, just in terms of the Business Days headlines, in terms of the fact that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has the toughest job, and if you look at the indices, you can understand why that is, and that just ties in with the headline on the Guardian about front page of the Guardian: security, economy restructuring, Southeast peace top list of demand, and this does not even cut it. Inflation rate is there, education, highest number of out of school children, healthcare, life expectancy for Nigerians. I don't know if anyone would envy the job. It sounds like...
He asked for the job.
Well, he did. Thank you so much, Mr. Efeanyi, for your time this morning.